then this guy from God sent it to me. Cause if I didn't go to college that year, like I graduated from high school, right? My stepdad, which is another case, is like, listen, you now that you're out of college, you gotta start paying the bills. You gotta pay rent, you gotta pay this, you gotta pay that. You better go find a job.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing games.
Right.
But in my mom was like, I'm not gonna pay you shit. I'm leaving. But he didn't know. I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, I gotta leave. I have to do something.
Yeah.
So this guy, from an NAI program, which is lower, you don't need the high scores. You don't need none of that stuff. You need some ACT, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I barely passed the ACT, but it was enough to get in that program. And I stayed in Georgia. It was Thomasville. It was a very little town, but I like it, man. I like the feel. I like the program was really good. The coach was really good to me. And I did 4 years over there. Same story, man. I had to work. I had to be
3 jobs. Yeah.
3 jobs. The same thing. Study full time. I didn't know English back then. I learned English until I was like sophomore in
college.
In college.
So I wanna jump in. And I wanna say 2 things before I forget, because I will forget. But the first thing I want to say is that usually when you read an about us from a website, from a company, and you read about the founding, how this company or brand was founded, you read it and you're like, these people wrote it.
It's very fluffy language.
Yeah. And we read your about us on your website and your brand, and I can tell that they didn't do it justice. Like, you're telling us the juicy, like you're telling us the full story. There's more to be said, and it's incredible how true your upbringing and your struggle and your effort and your endurance. Like, I want to, congratulate you. I mean,
bro,
it's incredible what you had to go through because of your passion for the sport. I mean, this all happened because
this is all because of the sport.
Because you love soccer.
And football.
If you didn't love soccer, it would have been a different story. You would have, but because you loved it so much, so it's very impressive what you did. And the second thing I wanted to say is that we realized by us doing this in English, because we could very easily do it in Spanish, but we've been approached by several parents, that have kids that are immigrants. The parents are immigrants and their kids were born here, and the fact that they can listen to this show in English, and now that they can hear your story, Diego, think about that you're talking to yourself when you came here, right? Now after all the experiences, so these kids here that were born here, maybe not the same struggles, but still they hear the struggles from their parents. They don't know. So what would you say to kids today that maybe have it easier, maybe not, but they also want to, they might feel not totally related to the U.S. Or they want to follow their passions, but they think they're stuck because, I don't know, they don't have enough views or... So what would you say, do you have, after everything you've gone through, do you have any advice to give these kids, like kids that want to do something, follow a passion, maybe develop a brand like you or a business? Would you say something to them, or do you have something to say to them?
Of course. I'll say, I don't want to say follow your passion, right? Then that's something that is everybody says, because passion could be both things. It could make you, or it could kind of like I don't want to say destroy you, but it could be very hard on you mentally, everything, right? There was tough moments where I was very hard to myself. Like, I need to make it to the MLS. I need to make it here. I need to make it there. And my stories go way past what I just told you guys, right? But there was a few months that I was very like, what if I don't make it, right? What if I don't leave Miami? I have to pay rent. I have to. So yes, it helped me to shave that and start doing something else. But it also was a very tough of my mind and everything like that. So, but I think I was stronger because of where I come from, and I had to be tough in that time in that aspect. I'm saying this because sometimes parents put too much pressure on the kids, right?
Oh man.
Sometimes parents just they want their dreams to be their kids' dreams,
right?
because
100%.
they couldn't follow their dreams, or they couldn't do it, or they didn't have the guts to do it. Because sometimes it takes guts, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't want to admit it, right? They say like, "Oh, I wasn't lucky," but no. You make your own luck, right? So they have a frustration, and they portray that on the kids.
Yes.
And I saw it all the time because there was a point in time where I didn't have a team. I was coaching kids and kids, and these parents will make these kids train like 5 hours. Like, no, you have to stay there. No, you have to go there. And the kid didn't even like it. And I'm like, listen, are you? And now the kids were really good. And I'm like, do you even want to be here? He's like, no, I don't want to be here. So what's your favorite sport? I don't know. I like tennis. So if you like tennis,
go play tennis.
Here,
Yeah.
Is that no? Because I have tennis these days. I only have tennis once a week, but my mom wanted me to play soccer. Now the kid must be good in soccer, right? He was good, but that's not his passion, right? So I guess sometimes parents put too much pressure on the kids, so they get confused. So I think that's where you have to start, right? As a parent, more than advice for the kids, right? First to the parents, like, hey, listen to your kid, or see what he likes to do, right?
Yeah,
gold.
And then support that, right? You don't even have to support it like money or this or give him everything. No, like mentally be there, be in the game.
Moral support,
tell
right?
Him like, hey, it's gonna be tough, but you got it. Like all these, us as a young players, we need that. Right? We need that emotional support more than sometimes just the money.
That's awesome.
So if you're a kid and you have that now, transition to the player, right, or the young kid or whatever. If you have that support, now listen, right? Because some of the kids don't listen nowadays. They think they have it all figured out. I'm 17 and I know what to do. No, listen to your parents, because it might be something that he wants to tell you, right?
Yeah. And
then pick the right thing. And now pick the right thing that you want to do, right? If it's sports, if it's, I don't know, piano, man, you never know.
Music,
You really never know what, music, where you really talented are. But if you like it just a little bit, just try to keep going at that, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, man. If it's soccer, if it's music, just try to keep going. Now, if you're going to do that, do it 100%.
100%.
Don't ever do it. Don't ever do 90, 80, no, 100%, right?
Yeah.
And then you see, okay, I'm good at this. And you're going to start feeling different. Oh, I'm better than everybody, and you're going to start feeling that. And that feeling is going to create more ideas of like, okay, if I'm not making it as a professional, maybe I can make it as a photographer, right? And in the soccer space. If I'm not making it this way, maybe I can go that way, right? So it's a lot of routes that you can go just with one passion, one dream.
And your mentality is a mentality that many people need to adopt more, which is it's okay to fail, but you have to try as hard as you can. It's not just like, I mean, especially in the U.S., growing up, there's a generation of kids now that they can't handle somebody saying you're not good at this, or you should try this or whatever. I think it's okay to slam your face against the wall and try something out. It doesn't work, move on to the next thing, like you did. You said you tried taking an SAT 7 times. You kept going. The persistence that you need to have for success, that's what it takes. You have no choice. Yeah. Nothing's going to be given to you free.
And I had a book like this big, studying for the SAT.
Pobrecito, loco.
So Diego,
man.
And my mom was like, what do you do? You never study so much. What's going on? What's going on? Like,
Fútbol, quiero jugar fútbol.
Diego, so your career as a soccer player continued. I'm reading here, New York Cosmos, Las Vegas Lights FC Milwaukee Torrent. I mean, you continued to play. Let's transition. At what point you say, okay, I'm playing, I keep advancing. I don't know if you're at the rate that you wanted to go or you were where you wanted to go. But at some point you said, clothing. I'm going to start a brand. And when was that? How did that work out? And then let's transition and talk a little bit about that, because I don't know if y'all know, and I'm gonna spoil it now, and we probably use this for the beginning of the clip.
Okay.
But there's the Diego's brand, okay? Diaza.
Yes.
If you look it up, one of the people wearing ambassadors or your telephone is Ronaldinho. So I want to see that lady that walked into the field.
What did you, bro?
Well, I want to see that lady's face that walked into the field one day and said, Hey, Dieguito, you owe us 2 months. You're kicked out of the team.
La Uruguaya.
I want to see La Uruguaya when you tell her, hey, by the way, Ronaldinho is wearing my brand.
Gear. Ha!
So let's go to that. Talk to us about Diaza.
No, and you know what's funny is that academy, I'm talking to the owner to become the brand of that academy.
Full circle moment.
That's it.
Take that. Take that,
That's
Academy.
Nah, so, okay, well, the transition is like, I don't like to say this, but it's kind of true. I was never the top player that I wanted to be, right? I was always wanted to be in the MLS, in this, in there, you know? I was always there. Like, I think my ethic was there, my hard working, my skills was there. I just like a lot of connections and a lot of connections. And sometimes I miss the right moments to be in the right spot because that's what you need, right? You need talent, you need discipline, which I always had, but then you need that luck, right? Then you need that
fortune.
Somebody really, exactly.
Sí, claro.
Somebody believes in you and takes you to the next level. So there was, in my whole career as a soccer player, there was nobody that was like, listen, come here, I'm gonna take you there. Never. It was always me knocking doors and going here, going there, you know, going to tryouts, showing up in practices. Man, one day I went to Tulsa. The guy said in an email, hey, you're not welcome here. I say, hell no. I want to go there. I travel with a suitcase, train the whole week with the team and make the team.
Yes, nice. Bro.
You know? So it was like always that way, right? Like I was like, nah, I'm going to make it. So matter of fact, so I used to make the teams, right? And then at the end of the contract, it was only 1 year because soccer back then it was only 1 year contract,
okay.
10 months contract.
Okay.
So then at the 10 month, again, without a team. So what do? Go back to Miami, 2 months, right? Whatever. Then find another team, travel like that, whatever, right? So this time I started my brand. I started playing a lot of Sunday leagues because COVID hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was no leagues. There's nothing. There's no team. So I'm back in Miami again. But in Miami, it was like there was no COVID. Like everybody was just outside playing. So I started playing.
In Miami, no COVID.
Yeah. I started playing these Sunday leagues, right? And getting some money, you know, getting paid to play these leagues, whatever. And I'm living like that, just out of soccer. And then training and being ready for the next team because I knew I was going to go somewhere else. And then one day, one guy was like, we're wearing uniforms. And I saw the brand and I was like, oh, what is this? What is this from? And he's like, no, that's my brand. And I make it in Bogotá, Colombia. Are you from Bogotá, right? Y yo soy de Bogotá, sí. Y me dice, hey, ve, pero es que este man, he can't do it again. You know somebody that can make uniforms in Bogotá? And I thought about it. I'm like, wait, my whole family makes clothing from the start. My mom was like kind of designer and all that. And I was like, you know what? Let me make some calls, maybe, because I was trying to get the money, right?
Por supuesto.
Like, maybe I can figure it out a way to get your uniform. So I called my aunt. Hey, aunt, I had these guys, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's something new that is called sublimation.
My boy was selling candy all over again.
You think we can make the jerseys, the uniforms? And she's like, I don't know, but let me figure it out. And then she goes, she finds out everything, and she's like, yeah, I can make them. I'm like, okay, I need 20. Boom. We made the thing. Somebody was traveling to Colombia. And I was like, listen.
Pick up the uniforms.
Bring the uniforms. They brought the uniforms.
Best shipping available.
Best shipping. Show them to the team. Bro, they were in love with the uniforms. They
Nice.
were in love with the uniforms. And I charged them like triple. I went off. I was like, listen, my uniforms are $50.
It's a premium rush fee.
Yeah. And then I got the money. I was like, ooh, there's money to make here. You know, I was like, ooh, this could be an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I started working for the guy because the guy has his own brand. It was called Victory. And I started working with the guy, but I had nothing else to do. I was playing soccer, training, and then I was not working. Because I was making money playing. So I was like, I don't want to work. I need to stay fit. I need to stay ready I don't want to get injured again doing so much shit, you know? That was my thinking. And then I started working on the selling, and I started calling everybody. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, Bruno, tengo esto. Hey, pa, uniforme. Let's go. Let's do it. My aunt, she left her job and she started working with Victory, doing uniforms. And I was like, yo, bro, this is good. You know, I was like, I like it. And then I tell the guy, listen, let's do some social media. I have so many ideas. But the guy had a 9 to 5 job, and he was the designer, right? He would design the uniform. He had no computer. He was working from a school. It was not his fault, right? Like I don't blame the guy. It was his situation, right? But I was already thinking more than that. I was like, so what did I do? I start asking questions. How do you design? What program do you use? Boom, I write it out. What is this? How do you do accounting? How do you do this? How do you put a brand out there? Blah, 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 blah. All these aspects. Write down, I start studying everything. I start doing designs my own. Boom, 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 boom. You know, YouTube. I never
God bless
Photoshop,
YouTube.
Illustrator, YouTube, everything, man. Bah, 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 bah. I got in touch with a lawyer. How do you put the brand out there? Like this. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. You got to do a business. Boom, 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 boom. And then I told my mom, I have a crazy idea. You know, I was going to tell you if you're going to support me. She's like, what is it? You know, the brand, the thing I think is selling. I think I can create my own. And she's like, let's do it. Why didn't you tell me before? I like, okay, but I need some money.
I need investors.
So I did. So I had saved up from the job. I had saved up like $2,000, but that was just to register the brand. And I was like, I think I need like 2 more, you know, to start like buying machines to my aunt in Colombia so she can do more work because I have a lot of demand, and a lot of demand right in that time. And then she goes, okay, let's do it. I have $3,000 saved. I can give it to you. I was like, for real? And like, yeah, I believe in you. Here's your 3,000. You do whatever you want with that. I know you're gonna do good. No worry, mom. I got you. Then we go. I go to Colombia. I buy the machines. I buy everything that my aunt needs, and then we start going. Man, I registered the brand. First, it was called Jinga. You know, I registered Jinga because I used to play with a team in Miami that was full of Brazilians.
Oh.
And they used to call Jinga. You know, Jinga is like como que una palabra de jogo bonito. Como que tiene mucho estilo.
Ajá, sí, Jinga.
Joga muito, you know, joga muito. Jinga, Zico, Pelé, all those things comes from Jinga.
Sí.
But then when I trademarked it, when the lawyer trademarked it, it was already taken by multiple brands in Brazil.
Oh.
So I was like, and then I started thinking, yo, I'm not Brazilian. What am I doing this, right?
Claro.
So I started looking, como que, hey, you know, Nike used to use Nike is a Greek word from the god of victory.
Yes.
That's called Nike. That's why it's called Nike, right?
Yes.
So I thought about that when I listened. I don't want to go to Greek. I'm Colombian. Let me look for an ancestor word in Colombia, right? Because yo soy colombiano.
Sí, algo folclórico.
Sí.
Ajá.
Sí, exacto. Algo que yo diga, no, que sea de Colombia.
Sí.
So I go and I start looking, you know, words that tribes and all that. And I start going through like, you know, like Chipcha and all those indigenous like words. And then I go, Diaza. You know, Diaza means that you got to be a leader. You need persistence, hard work, discipline. You got to stay ready, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the hell is this? This is the word that
This is my brand. Uh-huh.
This is my brand. I read it, bro. Diaza. Boom. And then I wrote it because I was, you know, getting words. And I started combining, and I had Diaza like right there, separate from the other words. And I was looking at these words and mixing it up and blah, blah, blah. And then I paid the lawyer to search.
Of course.
Name, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know? And he charged me a bunch of money, and then he came up with some horrible names. And I'm like, nah, man. And I was like, listen, what if we try Diaza? And he searched. No Diaza, no.
No Diaza trademarked anywhere. Do it now. Go.
Yeah, the fact that you were able to get the Diaza.com, that's incredible too.
Eso es increíble.
That's really.
Well, I had to pay.
Tuviste que pagar. Sí, por supuesto. Nothing is free, bro.
Yeah, it's 5 letters. It's really hard. 5-letter domains, almost impossible.
You want to hear the story about that? So when I started with Diaza.us because it was free.
Yeah.
You know? So blah, blah, blah. So now I'm in New York and I'm working with these, you know, developers, IT guys. And they started doing, why don't you have Diaza.com? And I was like, no, because it's expensive. And the last time I looked at Diaza.com was $5,000. And I was like, nah, that's pretty expensive for me, blah, blah, blah. And the owner of that IT company goes, stop being cheap. If you don't go buy Diaza tonight, I'll buy myself and I'll sell it for you for $20K. And I was like, these mother. So what?
Dang. Don't waste time, bro.
Wow.
Go in, do it.
Yeah, bro. So I have to go and buy it, and guess what? It was $9K now.
Oh no.
Loco,
It was
compralo
$9,000.
ya.
And I was like, no, I had to do this, you know. So that was kind of like one of the first big investments that I did. And at that time, it was, like 9K to me was like, whew, well,
No,
still is money,
of course.
So yeah, that was the story for that. But yeah, then I named Diaza, man, and I started selling, everybody over there. I started making videos, pictures, this, that. Social media always been, important for us, like for myself and everybody else. Like Diaza has been, very, very strong in that part. We emphasize that, the marketing and everything, and doing really good social media.
So tell me right now how what's the infrastructure of Diaza? Are you guys only in New York, or do you have employees somewhere else, like across the country or in other parts of the world?
No, we do have a lot of employees, how do you call them? Like, como que cada uno en un estado.
Sí.
Remote?
I don't know. Yeah, remote.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're full time with us. They work the whole day with us.
Oh, they're full time. Everything. Okay.
Yeah, they're full time. Yeah. So
how many employees do you guys have?
Right now we have 35.
Bueno.
And then we have the factory.
You can start three. You can start 3 soccer teams with that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
3 equipos de fútbol.
Yeah, I bought a factory in Thailand, and then I still have the factory in Colombia. So in Colombia we sell a lot too. The brand in Colombia is growing crazy.
Nice.
But, I have a person over there that does everything because I don't have the time anymore.
No, of course.
To stay over there.
So, I mean, this is an incredible story. Now, Ronaldinho and Blessed. What the hell? What the heck, man? How did that happen?
Yeah, that's the story so good. Now it's and this Brazilian team that I told you, Miami.
Yeah.
So I don't know how or who create this team. It's called Miami Dade, right? And they brought these ballers, bro. Like these players from Brazil that they used to have a resume of like Fluminense, Palmeiras. They brought them to play here. A pro league that it was kind of like taking over, but that pro league never took off.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a project, right? And they built this team, and I was in the team. I was the only Colombian. It was all Brazilians.
Qué honor.
Hey, weón, yo no sé.
Increíble.
I was in college, but I was like playing in the summer there. So I was like, okay. And I don't know how, I was just started, bro. I was balling. I was like, but then I transitioned to play midfield. And in that team, the left back, right? He won the Bundesliga. He won in Brazil, the Torneo Brasil.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rodrigo Albin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rodrigo Albin, like we were cool because he was the left back, but he was lazy. He didn't want to play. He was just there, to get the ball. And then, but me is like,
yeah, up and down.
I'm like 19 years old, 18, going crazy. This guy would love me. I like. Diego always put him in the left. I think he was the one who said, yo, put Diego all the time because he doesn't let me run.
Uh-huh.
So I became like cool with him, very close, So, pasa que él is best friends with Ronaldinho since they were like 5 years old.
Oh, cool.
Like best friends, like best friends. Oh, but he never did nothing with Ronaldinho. They were just friends.
Mm-hmm.
And with the year passed by, I'm playing pro, I'm playing this, I'm playing moving all the around, blah, blah, blah. And I'm always with Rodrigo. Hey, how are you, man? And he had a best friend that is called Joao. Joao and me, very close.
Mm.
And then I talk more to Joao than Rodrigo, right? But Joao talks to Rodrigo. And Joao always had the idea of like, hey, we have Diaza, Diaza is there, Diego is making moves, like, let's have Ronaldinho wearing it. And Rodrigo was like, yeah, one day. Like, we never thought it was going to be possible. Yeah, one day. And the years pass by, right? So now they see the brand, right? Now we're built. Now we have a good social media. Now we're like, making moves. Now we're like serious company. Now we just don't sell just jerseys, but like the whole apparel for professional teams.
Mm-hmm.
So Rodrigo comes in like, hey, I have an event on Miami, and I'm thinking, I have Puma and Nike on the table, but I'm thinking, Diaza, can you guys propose something to me?
Over Puma and Nike, bro. Ya está.
Joao calls me like, bro, I have this deal. Rodrigo just called me. What do we do? And I was like, let me see, man. It was 20 days for the event, so I had to produce designs.
Todo.
Everything very cool. Obviously, Nike plain jersey, white and black, nothing else. Puma, same thing. So what I do, I talk to my designer. I was like, listen, man, we got to do something crazy for these guys. This guy goes and he puts Medellin Forbes en el uniforme. Pues Medellín hace una silueta azul.
Ajá.
O sea, el uniforme azul, el
Sí.
color de Bless, y después pone como los barrios de Medellín, los pone así hacia abajo en la camiseta.
Increíble.
Y después con Ronaldinho has a song. Ronaldinho en Brasil es el brujo, el brujo, ¿no?
Ajá.
Y tiene, he has a group that sings, it's called La Tropa del Brujo, La Tropa del Brujo.
Sí, sí, sí.
And they have a song. I don't know, they just released a song,
Oh
right?
my God.
So what I do is like, Joao told me, hey, let's do something with that song. I don't know, man, put something.
Put the lyrics
I
or
was like,
something.
Yeah, something. I was like, you know what? Let me do the QR code and I put it here. So every time anybody's scanning, they're going to see La Tropa del Brujo.
La Tropa del Brujo.
And, and then we go, we do the design, we put the QR code, we send it to them, the proposal, the designs. Well, these guys go crazy. Like, what? We're going with Diaza. That's it. We go with Diaza. We don't want to know anything about Nike, Puma. But we didn't believe, to be honest, we didn't believe him.
Of course. This is the
Wow.
biggest opportunity of your life. Of course.
I was like, are you guys? I was like, Joao, are you for sure? Because they didn't announce it to like 10 days before the event, you know? Like you have usually these events are like plan ahead and you have these.
Months and months in advance.
Yeah, no, these guys, bro, out of nowhere. They didn't announce anything. And I was like, no, I'm not sure about this. Because obviously there was money involved. So I was like,
So you put a QR code on the jersey.
That's pretty cool.
You put the provinces of Colombia. Bro, thank you. Boludo. I love it.
Bro.
I love it.
And that's, I didn't even come up with that. It was my team. So it was like, it's always, like this work that I create a team that is always performed at the level, right?
That's great.
The designers, the head of design, the sales guys, everybody, bro, like they really love the Diaza, right? And I think Diaza has come to change everybody's life and my company,
That's fantastic, man.
I remember, one of my sales guys are like, I remember him, grabbing him and he had no confidence. He was very charmed, but he always had like lack of confidence and all this. And now this guy talks, with like confidence and he sells the product and he's proud of himself and, and then it's like that, man. It's a process and we've just been blessed,
Qué lindo, loco.
And to put the cherry on top, because this has been an incredible story, you were telling us that you have a little one now too, huh? You went full circle now, and now
girl.
Now it's your turn to be a pain in the butt to your kids, like your parents were to you.
It's funny that we were talking that, and I was talking to my dad. I was like, no, Maya. Her name is Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Maya's not gonna have pressure, like she can pick whatever she wants. But only Sundays, because from Monday to Saturdays is soccer.
I love it, dude.
And then he's like, "What are you doing?"
You gotta teach them well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
This is an incredible story, Diego. I mean, the your whole upbringing, the way you developed, your hardships, the way your brand came about,
and his attitude, your attitude to just freaking go
through the whole thing,
make it happen.
You really, really represent the brand that you've created. So, congratulations, man. I mean, we're obviously gonna put all the links to all your socials.
I could talk another hour, bro. This is too much. Es muchísimo. Está increíble la historia tuya.
I think, yeah, man. I hope the best for your brand, man. I really listen. These guys have been up there for way too long. Nike, Puma, and Adidas. It's time for some niche and creative brands to get up there. And
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can rest assured that we're gonna work with you somehow, bro. Because this is
this is really, really, really incredible.
Yeah, super cool.
Thank you, guys. No, thank you, man. Thank you for the love. The words obviously is always encouraging to hear. Like a lot of people don't know, and they think, oh, this out of the blue, and
especially here in the States, yeah,
exactly. And a lot of people think they never support, and now that they see Ronaldinho and this. They now it's Diego, right? Now it's this. And
can you imagine?
Diaza
outfitting the Colombian team for the next Copa América? ¿Te imaginas? Yo lo creo.
Is that a goal? Is that a goal for
good
you?
Question.
Like, is that something that you would love to do?
I think you just gave us a teaser. I don't know with Colombia, but we're currently talking to a national team. So if we make it happen.
You heard it here first in Soccer is Futbol.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But actually, that's one of our goals. We very ¿cómo decir? Como que estamos con esa goal to make it to the 2026 World Cup with a national team.
Eso sería una locura.
Yeah, bro. To be honest, yeah, I think that's one of our more like, como que those biggest goals that you always have, and you might be like, oh, it's impossible to reach, but I mean, man,
look at what you did, yeah.
Exactly. Somebody put, if we sign Ronaldinho, we can sign anyone.
Of course, bro.
I was like, okay.
Loco.
You know, so
we love it.
That's incredible.
Hey,
on behalf of Socrates Futbol and everybody that
Diego.
listens. Wait.
No, aquí está apretando. Ahí está, un aplauso. Bro, loco, en serio.
That was incredible, man.
Diego, we want to thank you. We have so much more we could ask you.
We're almost about an hour now for
bro,
the episode.
We could have kept going.
If you made it all the way through to the end of this episode, Diego's gonna get you a free shirt. No, just kidding.
No, mentira. Diego, thank you so much for being. Muchas gracias, loco. Un honor que hayas venido. Thank you for your patience with us with our technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And this is not the last time we're gonna talk. I promise you, we'll talk again for sure.
No, for sure, man. For sure. Hey, guys, thank you
all right.
so much for having
Gracias,
me.
hermano.
Thank you.
Dios te bendiga, loco. Chao, hermano.